Listen to this story out of Maryland over the weekend. A woman accused of killing her 2 children and injuring 2 more during an exorcism. The woman and a friend are both facing first-degree murder charges. Police say the woman said they were performing an exorcism to remove the presence of the devil.
This week, California fire officials expect to fully contain a massive wildfire burning near Los Angeles. It started on Thursday and it's been fanned by strong winds. But people evacuated from a nearby town last week have now been allowed to return home. Full containment is expected on Wednesday. About 24 pilot whales are back in the open ocean after being stranded off the Florida coast this weekend. Agencies from all across the Florida Gulf scrambled to free the whales. They were tagged and slowly pushed back out to open water. It is the second time in recent months a large pod of pilot whales has been stranded in the shallow Florida waters. Your morning commute may be killing your marriage, at least according to some new research.
Swedish scientists combed through a decade of marriage and commuting data to reach their conclusion. And they found someone with a 45-minute or longer commute is 40% more likely to have their marriage fall apart. And men who have a long commute are more likely than women to completely bail on their relationship. But the good news for Americans, the average commute here is only 25 minutes, so I guess take that as you will.
What if they commute together?
That or I'm not responsible. That's a part A and part B conversation, so those two, you guys can figure it out on your own. I have nothing, trust me, if I had anything to do with the traffic in the morning commute, you wouldn't be dealing with anything, because I don't like talking about negative situations first thing in the morning just as much as you don't want to hear it. So let's go ahead though and look at this morning's morning commute. The good news is you don't really have anything to worry about. Take a look here at 270 in Riverview. You can see here that things are in pretty good shape. We're accident free across the river in both Missouri and Illinois, so that means that you're looking at some nice travel times out there. You can see traffic both directions just kind of scooting right along there. Same situation no matter where you're headed, 270 and 4064. You can see here volume is starting to build just a bit. If you're traveling northbound or southbound, our trouble spot near Gravois, volume starting to thicken up there just a bit as well. And then taking a look a bit further south, 255 and 55 here, same situation there, but you can see a nice distance between each car, and that means that we're off to a very nice start. So it may be a different situation tomorrow morning, but we'll check in with Scott about details on that here in the next couple of minutes. Jennifer?
Thanks, Sarah. Today, people on both sides of the river will pay tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Ceremonies to honor the slain civil rights leader started on Sunday. This is a silent march through the streets of Collinsville. Tonight, there is a call to serve celebration at Collinsville First United Methodist Church. A downtown march to celebrate Dr. King's accomplishments will take place today. A group will march from the old courthouse to Powell Symphony Hall. Dana Dean joins us live with a preview. Dana?
Good morning. The annual March and Interfaith service take place this morning. It all gets started here at the old courthouse at 9:45. That's when a civic ceremony takes place. Then at 11 a.m. the celebration continues when they'll march to Powell Symphony Hall. And at 12:30 the interfaith celebration takes place at Powell Symphony Hall. Organizers say today's event is the second largest King Day celebration in the country, and the committee considers today to be a day on and not a day off. Live downtown, I'm Dana Dean for News Channel 5.
Good day to march today, weather-wise.
Yeah, you know, I think we're in pretty good shape today. We're talking temperatures around the St. Louis area that are going to be fairly reasonable this morning. We're starting out with readings that are mostly in the 30s. Some of us still close to 40. In fact, Farmington right now at 45 degrees. Now, Mount Vernon's one of the cooler spots. The wind's calmed down there, and it dropped to 28. Same thing down in Salem, Missouri. The wind kind of settled down, and because of that, it's a little bit colder. But for starting off this time of the day in the month of January, we'll take 36 degrees, and we are starting out with a mainly clear sky. Wind's fairly light right now out of the west at 3 miles per hour. Winds are not going to be all that strong today. Enjoy it, savor it. There's going to be some sunshine today. In fact, quite a bit of it this morning. Later today, clouds will start to increase ahead of our next weather system, which is this, located across North Dakota this morning. That's the secondary cold front that's up in Iowa. It'll be through here later on today into tonight, and then that energy swings down, and that's going to bring us snow overnight tonight. This first cold front south of St. Louis right now, really, the air behind it's not all that cold. With that upper level disturbance sliding through in the track of the energy very close to St. Louis, usually just off to the east and north of that track is where you would find the heavier snow. Heavier in parentheses, we're talking, you know, up to 2 inches perhaps. And then as you go farther west and southwest, lesser amounts, maybe a dusting to an inch. But the metro area may end up with an inch or two of snow by daybreak tomorrow. And not only that, cold air is going to really be rushing in here as we head into the late night hours tonight, and especially during the morning tomorrow. We'll drop to about 12 by 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow. Very little recovery tomorrow afternoon with sub-zero wind chills. And you notice temperatures kind of ride the roller coaster this week. Once again, we have several quick hitting systems that will be swinging through the region. We get that quick hit of snow tonight with locally up to 2 inches possible, especially along the Mississippi River and to the east. Temperatures will be tumbling again. Those winds will be howling early tomorrow, and the wind chills will be below zero tomorrow morning. We drop to 10 tomorrow night. Wednesday, we're back up to 34, but Wednesday night and Thursday morning, we're in the single digits again, and gusty breezes are with us for much of the end of the week as temperatures only in the teens on Thursday, back to around 40 by Saturday and Sunday. Told you in November temperatures were going to have some wild swings this winter. Boy, has that been true.
Absolutely. We're just 18 days away from the opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, and two stars of the Summer Games will be making history. Track stars Lolo Jones and Lauren Williams were named to the U.S. Olympic bobsled team Sunday. Williams won a gold medal in London as part of the 100-meter relay team. Jones, though, still looking for her first Olympic medal. The pair becomes the 9th and 10th Americans to compete in both the Winter and Summer Games. And fans of the 1993 classic Cool Runnings may want to dust off their VCR. The Jamaican bobsled team has qualified to compete in the Winter Olympics. The only problem, though, is having enough money to get there. The team's trying to raise about $80,000 to fund their trip to Sochi. The Jamaicans first sent a bobsled team to the 1988 Winter Games in Calgary, inspiring the movie Cool Runnings. Well, another big night in Hollywood as the SAG Awards are handed out.
And teaching your dog to leave it might be easier than you think.